I was woken up from my bed by. So this is actually very funny. My phone was off. The moment I put on my phone, 2 minutes later, there was a knock on my door, like the main door. But I thought that person would go away, so I did not even bother waking up. However, my nephew was in the sitting room, and he opened the door. Then he called me. When I went to the sitting room, I was barefoot. But the people in my house with shoes. I don't even go into my house with shoes. I was like, who are you? He did not introduce himself. He said, we have to go. I was like, where are we going? He said, lazima tuende. So I begged them to allow me to use the bathroom because I just woken up. So there's a bathroom in the sitting room. I went to the bathroom, locked the door, then called my son to bring me a sweater. I just woken up. I was in my pajamas. Yeah, so he brought me a sweater. And everyone was shocked because even he was trying to process why am I being arrested, why are they here. They didn't even tell me their names. And that was it. I was picked from Lukenya. They didn't even know the road very well. I showed them the way back, an easier road, because it was an ambush. I think they slept in the bush for waiting for me to wake up because they were tracking me through using my phone. So there were 3 cars and the car was stinking. Hata kwa meoga. Wakanipeleka Nairobi area. Tukakaa Nairobi area because I was asking them, why you arresting me or you just following orders. Went to Nairobi area, we sat there. They got another phone call, take me to Kamkunji. But imagine if I was in the house alone without my kids. I would have disappeared. And I was telling them, they know me. Everyone knows me. Nuruddin, Haji, Ruto, everyone knows me. If you summon me, I'll show up. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't commit crimes. So if I had committed any crime, just summon me, I'll show up. Don't abduct me, keep me for 24 hours, and when I wake up in the morning, they don't even have a charge. And I'm telling the police, investigate, then arrest. Don't arrest, then investigate. So they arrested me without investigations. They tell me to go home. The trauma of my kids seeing me being arrested, sleeping in the cold. You know, if I was a criminal, it would be understandable. But I'm not a criminal. Listen, I'll say this. Everything I say publicly. If I said anything publicly, I said it. That's it. If it's a crime, then tell me if it's a crime. So there's nothing they haven't committed a crime. Let me tell you, if I'd committed a crime, I would be in there. I wouldn't be out here. I would be in there. I'm a law-abiding citizen, by the way. Actually, I think I'm more of a law-abiding citizen than the president himself who defies court orders. Yeah. Me, I follow the law. Let me tell you, let me finish with this. I've never been arrested for stealing, land grabbing, murder, rape. I've never been accused of those things. Our president has been accused of those things. Who's the criminal now?
Yes.
Boni did not spend the night here. He spent the night at Kamkunji police station. And I want to say thank you so, so much for the overwhelming support we received from friends, comrades, lawyers, everybody really. I really want to say thank you. It was a difficult day. My kids are happy to have their dad home. I'm so happy to have Boni back home. And this should never happen to anybody. If you're arrested, you should be arrested and told what charges you've been arrested with and presented in court. What they did to us was unfair and it should not happen. It is illegal and we should not allow this kind of thing to happen again. It's happened to us and we know it's happening to many families. I hope that it doesn't happen and we need to end this. So thank you. This is my way of saying thank you to every one of you. I wish I could say thank you to every single one of you one by one. And these guys are making my kids laugh.
Thank you very much.
I'm happy everyone is happy. We are happy. So thank you so much.
I'm very grateful to the members of the bar. Special thanks to James Ongamo. I have to say special thanks to our chairperson, Faith Odhiambo. And that's where accountability comes from. The Law Society of Kenya has been paying attention to the abductions, illegal arrests of any citizen who is willing to exercise their right under the Constitution. And when we have a call for help as early as 7:30 a.m. in the morning, somebody being removed from their own home under the guise of police powers who are taking persons without respecting the Article 49 of the Constitution, it tells you that this particular government has lost cause in following the Constitution. Well, in my view, with this whole experience, it's not the first time. We are seeing human rights defenders, we're seeing lawyers, we're seeing people disappearing left, right, and center, and we have no sense of accountability from the government, or rather even admission. So even from today in the morning, when getting to meet the RCI, Nairobi Region, Benson, the first word should have come up from his mouth is, "I am sorry." There is no sense of accountability. Why was Boniface not informed on why he's being removed from his own home? Why did the kids have to face that type of trauma? Now, at this particular point, what I can say is that we'll honor any directions that will be given by the ODP. Of course, Boniface is supposed to appear uh, be- to the courts or to the DCI, whoever it is. And this is going to happen this week on Thursday. But at the end of the day, what matters is that there's been a total disregard of the law. This should never be happen. And it also echoes what Martha Karua posted, rather echoed in a press statement. We are living in a time whereby the police and people who have access to power are abusing it without shame. So we'll not relent in holding them accountable. And as an advocate, I took a very personal oath to always protect the Constitution. So, and that's what we'll do.
Maybe make me understand, from Nairobi area to Kamkunji and now Capitol Hill?
Well, from law in itself, where Boni was taken, he should have been presented where? Mavoko, there's at the river, there's Machakos. They left all that way to come to Kamkunji. That's illegal. Let's start there. 2, the persons who were taking him did not introduce themselves. There's already a court order which was obtained through the LSK. When a police officer is coming to arrest you, they're supposed to identify yourself. You're not supposed to be masked. And the other thing, the vehicles they're using, they're unidentifiable. What does that tell you? There's a group of persons who are operating under the guise of police powers, and shamelessly, the government spokesperson comes out and starts saying Boniface was arrested. Where is that in the Constitution? It's not an arrest, that's an abduction. The other thing, from the point of engaging the Nairobi area region, one of the few things that they should have undertaken is to actually get to follow up. Who are these people who are doing this particular arrest? Because the IPOA should take account and actually find out who are these people who are operating under such mechanisms. It's illegal. It's legal. And that actually gives credit to the statement offered by Senior Counsel Martha Karua. There's a group of individuals who are operating under police powers and who are taking directions from orders. Who are these orders? You heard the statement from Jerry last night, today the morning. She has been playing with these people who are operating in such a circumstance. The only comfort that we had is when we saw Boni booked on record. That gave us an accountability on who we should go for should anything happen to him. And as a law society, we are not happy at all. We are not happy.
So does this mean you're going back to courts? Are you going to file another application on his illegal, now that you say abduction?
Well, the Law Society has done it once and it will do it again. We'll hold these particular officers individually responsible for these actions. We're going to start with the heads, be it the IG, be it Benson himself. I know he took office, but he should have learned from his predecessor. This is not how things should work. So we are going to hold everybody accountable, and we're not going to stop. And that's the way holding accountability and preserving the Constitution, it should be the norm. The power is with the people. So them oppressing the people in itself is just an illegality, and it should not continue.
Before we speak to the family, maybe the last one. Yesterday by around 7, I realized that there are more charges that had already pressed on him. I don't know, is it that he published incitement publication away from now inciting for violence? How did it?
What I'll say is that as of today, as councils, as members of the bar, I have not seen a charge sheet. We were present when Boniface was recording his statement. He spoke the truth and he has complied with the Constitution. Anything that he published is protected under the Constitution. anything that is said was not illegal. It is not a surprise when I get to hear the ODPP is not preferring any charges as of now. So as far as any charges is concerned, for me it is just hearsay. Until I get to see the charge sheet, I get to see who's the complainant, then we can be able to speak more about it.
Asante. Are you giving us consent for him to speak?
Hi, my name is Nate, and on Sunday morning my dad was abducted by police. So I started around a little bit before 7. My uncle woke me up and told me there's police outside here to arrest your dad. He's asking for you. So at first I thought my dad was pulling my leg. This must be one of his pranks. So I didn't take him seriously. So as I leave the room, the living room is filled by 6 people, six officers, at least they claim to be, 5 men and a lady. And I could hear my dad screaming from the bathroom, and he asked to get him a hoodie and to call my mom and tell him that he's been arrested. So I got him the hoodie, and while going to get his sweater in the bedroom, 2 of the police officers happened to follow me, and they began trying to search for what I think they were looking for, my dad's phone. And then I told them to leave, and I gave my dad the sweater, and they took him out.
What were they telling you?
They just told me, we need to take your dad. That was it. No explanation, no identification, none whatsoever. I mean, it's the environment I've been raised around in, so it's not new, but it's always disruptive and upsetting to see these things happen.
You said it's not new?
No, this this is not the first time he's been arrested. Yeah.
Not my dad.
His words, not mine.
No, you say.
I'd like to pursue law as a degree, maybe become a lawyer. Yeah.
What is clear presently is that police do not operate under the constitution or the laws of the land. Police do not respect the rule of law. What we have is a clear case of police following orders. Whether those orders are illegal, whether those orders are unlawful, they do not care. This is a classic example. Boniface Mwangi was arrested. None of the officers whom he encountered throughout the ordeal could tell him what laws he had broken or why they were keeping him, for what crime. And it's a very dangerous trend when you have a rogue police service that follows orders instead of following the law. And this is a very dangerous trend. And we are asking Kenyans to ensure that this does not continue. They are using this to intimidate, to harass protesters. Boniface Mwangi has been told that he has to report back at Nairobi area on Thursday. Individuals like myself, we still have to report back to police stations. They're trying to close us down so that we cannot be open, we cannot continue doing the work of changing this country. So we condemn these kinds of incidences, and we are working with the Law Society of Kenya to sue individual police officers who are behind these illegal arrests. Well, we know the individuals because we see them. Yeah, in this particular case, there's Officer Benson. You know, in my case, we know the officers who came for me. So we know the individuals and we can easily get their contacts. But time has come for us to hold individual police officers responsible because they are supposed to follow the law, but instead of following the law, they are following orders.
Forward with the struggle, forward. Down with the arbitrary arrest, down. Down with the arbitrary arrest, down.